We are live. How's everybody doing this fine day? Second video of the day. And today, Kiana and I clash on TikTok's toxic skinny to fat filter trend. So Kiana Dockerty, we've only spoken in DMs. She seems like an amazing person, by the way. This is no shade on her. Just so everybody understands, I highly respect Kiana Dockerty. And I don't say that about many fucking people, just so everybody gets it. Like, not only do I think she comes extremely well researched, not only do I think that she does a very good job in that light, I think that she presents things in a very realistic way to a certain degree, right? I just don't agree with her on this topic because I think that I see stuff a little differently, right? We are at the stage now where fuck all of your feelings, very frankly, people. We are too fucking fat. We need to not be so fucking fat. It is bad for the person, the planet, the environment, our economy, the fucking healthcare system. It's bad for our national security. It's bad for our, for public health. It's not good. We should be doing everything possible to make morbid obesity seem socially and economically unacceptable. And I'm sorry that people don't like to hear this, but reality exists. And coddling people, ass pats, pretending that everything is okay, that is not helping anybody at all. It is not helping anybody. Being overly nice has not made anybody lose fucking weight at all, I don't think. Like, being like, oh, you're just fine the way you are. You're good this way. That doesn't fucking help people. I mean, it doesn't help people at all. Like, pretending that they're perfectly fine at 300 pounds does not help people. Pretending they're not a detriment to society and a massive burden does not help these people. It does not help society. So while I understand I'm the mean guy in a sea of fitness and health professional influencers or whatever that want to tell you that we need to be super nice to morbidly obese people, but it's pretty fucking nice to morbidly obese people already when they glutton themselves into disproportionate burden on everything. They raise the price of food because they overconsume. They raise the price of transportation because they overconsume transportation costs. They overconsume fuel and things like that, not only from their immense fucking girth, but also because the more food that they eat, the more that food needs to be processed and put out into and transported everywhere. So they increase the price of fuel that way and travel that way. They increase the price of travel on planes because they're fucking fat as fuck and they use more fuel on the goddamn planes. Reality exists. And very frankly, they are bad for our environment. They're bad. It's bad for it. Being this fat is bad for everybody. We cannot pussyfoot around it anymore. And that's why I disagree with her on this. Now, what she is talking about here, and again, I want everybody to understand, I really respect Kiana. I really do. We're just going to disagree about this. I watched only about 5 minutes of this. I didn't watch it all the way through. I'm going to play it at 1.5 speed, so she does not sound mousy like she's going to sound, because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm trying to cause beef or like anything like that. I just disagree with this to a great degree, and I'm going to explain why from a non oh my God, we've got to make sure everybody loves themselves fucking viewpoint, right? Here we go.
To some, it was a harmless trend.
This filter makes you chubby.
To others, it was a cruel joke.
Why is it to you people fear fatness?
It's just a joke. It's not cruel. I mean, I understand, like, the cruel part about telling fat jokes is the reality of it, right? Like, listen how tweaked this person is already. We're like 3 seconds in.
To some, it was a harmless trend.
This filter makes
It
you
is
chubby.
a harmless trend.
To others, it was a cruel joke.
No, it's not even a harmless trend. I would say it's a positive trend. Like, that's the thing. I would say this is a positive trend. that fat jokes need to be great again. That we need to start telling fat jokes all the time. That fat people do need to be the butt of every fucking fat joke that we can possibly fucking tell. I will argue that it is very good for them and for society to tell fat jokes, to make fun of it, because very frankly, we need to discourage it at all possible costs. And us paying for the health care of their personal actions and us pretending that they don't have a fucking problem is a problem. A big one.
Joke.
Why is it do you people fear fatness so damn much?
Well, here's why people fear fatness so damn much. Because it's unfucking healthy for you and causes you to be a burden upon everybody. You fear fatness because nature and common goddamn motherfucking sense, you fat fuck. That's why.
This is the chubby filter. So there's a new TikTok filter that makes you instantly gain weight.
I forgot
that
how
ended up
fast she talks. I'm slowing this down a little bit. She talks nearly as fast as I do. Damn.
becoming a full-on internet trend with thousands of people joining it. But this quote-unquote chubby filter created such a toxic effect and so much backlash that it was pulled down within a week. And I actually feel like
why though? People got upset. Like there's not a skinny filter. I think Alexandra Rodriguez would fucking argue against that because she uses one in almost every fucking video, right? Like, I mean, so does Tess Holliday. They all fucking Lizzo's use them. They all use these slimming filters. So it's okay to use a slimming filter, but it's not okay to use a fattening filter. I thought there was nothing wrong with being fat. If there's nothing wrong with being fat, why can't these people fucking make themselves look fatter? Well, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but like, if there's nothing wrong with being fat, what's the problem with them filtering themselves to look fat? Are you admitting there's a problem with being fat?
I actually feel like this whole chubby filter thing marked a huge change. It truly feels like a slide back into a more 2000s-esque culture. Like the body positivity era is officially over. And I really feel like
thank motherfucking goodness.
That is not a good thing. Because you know
it's a fucking fabulous thing. The body positivity movement in the current ideation is one of the most harmful, dangerous, and unhealthy movements of all motherfucking time. Anybody that could possibly convince you that it is okay for a woman to weigh 250 fucking pounds, that is a negative movement. There's nothing positive about the body positivity movement at all. I'm glad it's over.
I'm not sure. Body positivity, it had its problems, okay? But the culture we
it had its problems? You mean like all the fucking main advocates for it dying?
Had before it was much, much worse.
No,
like
it wasn't.
Literally.
No, it wasn't. It was not much worse. I'm sorry, Kiana. That's the thing. Like, it may have felt worse to you because you were a woman at that time, but it was not much worse. Show me how many people died from being overly skinny. I'm sure there are some, and I'm sure there were some. But if you're talking about chronic, like compare chronic illness now that everybody's fat now to 2000, compare it. Compare healthcare expenditures per capita and adjust for inflation and shit like that. You'll see that we spent dramatically less money in the 2000s on healthcare. And I mean dramatically. What's going on here? Oh, you know what? The computer only gets charged when you plug that motherfucker in. But I'm sorry, Kiana, it is not much worse. It is much better. Yes, people took it too far, and that's the truth. And you know what we did? People made sure that we checked that shit too. You can check my videos. I've got tons of videos talking about how overly skinny models were only to impress other women, where men do like some curves. They like muscle on their women. They like athletic females for the most part. There's a different, the thing is, like the super skinny fashion models, that was all for fashion industry and women. Men like bikini models. I mean, reality exists, right? But I respect Kiana a lot, but to say that was much worse, the fat acceptance community and the body positivity community kills people. It's a fucking death cult. I mean, like, it is literally a death cult. So I understand where she's coming from. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see.
Literally already smells like 2009 in here, and you do not want to go back there. So let's talk about this.
Why don't you, like, I understand Axe body spray is really nasty, But why would you not want to go back to 2009 when America was less sickly and like less chronically ill? Like, why would you not want to go back to a time when people were, way more in shape? Now, like, I understand that, like, you think like some people were too thin, but everybody's fat as fuck right now. It's unhealthy. Like, it's burdensome. Like give me 1 second. I'm going to check on something here. This is how I like to do shit. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here's the thing. In 2009, the total U.S. healthcare expenditure was approximately $2.5 trillion. Still way too motherfucking much because we had already started fattening ourselves, right? As for the latest data on 2023, it reached 4.9 trillion. So tell me, maybe the health trends that were going on in 2009 were, I don't know, at least 50% better than what's going on now. We added $2.4 trillion onto our total healthcare expenditure per year in America. 90% of all healthcare expenditures. And that's another thing, too. 1 sec. Give me 1 second here. I'm figuring out different percentages too. Because right now, out of that $4.9 trillion, 90% of that is for chronic illness and mental illness. Back then, it was only 60%. So we've increased another 30%. Oh, wait. Studies suggest 20-30% of chronic illness spending. Yeah. So no shit. No shit. About 60% compared to 90 right now. So just keep it in reference, everybody. Like that's why we need to like be looking at things. So Kiana, while I understand, and again, all the respect in the world, it was not much worse. It was actually way better for people to be like really trying to be thin and some people overdoing it than nobody giving a fuck and everybody being fat as fuck as right now. Just really different. The numbers say that it was way better then than it is now. The numbers say that.
About this filter and all the drama that it caused in its few short days of life and where we might be headed if we continue down this path. So the quote unquote chubby filter, if it's still not obvious, it takes a thin person and makes them overweight, very overweight. And tons of people, some of them extremely fit, posted their little before and afters of them transforming using this filter. And like I said before, it became a full-on internet trend. Now, is it that?
What's the problem? What's the fucking problem? Oh, you know what? Should I take this stance? Nobody use a bald filter. Ever. Oh my God, it's so insulting when people, I don't give a fuck. Shave your head, use a bald filter, fucking wear a skull cap. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're not ashamed of something about yourself, then other people doing that to themselves does not shame you. This is a problem because people know being fat is fucking fucked up. That's why this is a problem, because people know that being fat is not a good thing.
That big of a deal if a filter that alters your body size to be larger just exists in the world? I don't think it's that.
I would argue that there's way more problems with filters that people use kind of ambiently, that people like set up their camera and they just have the camera do makeup and face thinning and contouring and everything like that. I think that's a way bigger problem than people doing this gag, just so you know.
I think it's that big a deal. There are slimming filters. There was a chubby face filter in the past, which was actually kind of way more aggressive because it like altered your face to be red and kind of sickly looking. As you keep going,
because if it's that fat, it is sickly, by the way.
Keep applying the filter, it just gets like more and more savage. Like, that ain't right, honestly. And at the same time, there was a skinny face filter that was equally aggressive. This is actually pretty dead on accurate for how someone looks if they are dangerously low in body fat. So TikTok was coming for both sides equally. So I don't know. I don't really think it's that big of a deal if filters like these just exist. If this was a Photoshop filter that you could privately use to take a look at yourself at 300 pounds, who cares? I mean, if you had been thin,
yeah, but just with all other stuff that people share on social media, why should they not be able to share it? If you do not like it, scroll the fuck past. If you don't like it and you want to comment, feel free to fucking comment. Like, that's the thing. It's people want to put themselves out on the internet, but then they want to choose what type of shit that they get back. If you don't like these people using these filters, don't fucking look at them. They're not hurting anybody. They're not hurting children. If it affects your fees, I don't give a fuck. Too fucking bad. I mean, what? That's ridiculous. You know, like completely stupid.
Your entire life, maybe you'd be curious, right? I feel like that's valid. However, this was a TikTok filter, a social media filter that became a full-on trend. And that to me is where it crosses the line. Let's take a look. When we look at the clips people posted themselves, I don't think everyone had the intention to make other people feel bad about themselves. They just were.
But and here's my thing. Even if they did, they have every fucking right to. Fat people should feel bad about being fat. You do know that, Kiana, right? Like they hurt themselves, right? They hurt themselves via food. They shouldn't feel good about it. They shouldn't feel good about it. Society, we as a society, we should emotionally and financially make it unappealing to be morbidly obese, right? Because that's what's good for our fucking species. Like, any of these women pictured over here, these women are, if this would be them for real, not the filter, very physically unhealthy. We should not be praising. We should point out how ridiculous it is at all times, especially because one more time, and I know, like, broken record, we all end up paying for it. Like, it is a shared societal burden taking care of fat people in multiple ways. So I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. I didn't get my tattoos touched up. No. Nope. Haven't been on the chair in a long time. Anyway.
They just weren't really thinking. They jumped in on the trend. They posted a picture of themselves relatively neutrally, and that's it. But the chubby filter itself, which is made by CapCut, the same company that owns TikTok, it was definitely not just meant to be neutral, okay? It was definitely turning an entire body type into a huge joke. One of the most
well, I love how you use the word huge, but that's because it is. Oh, no. It's the same. It's the same. No. They are a huge joke. That's the thing, that they're a joke. Like posing and modeling while 300 pounds. That's fucking comedy. I'm sorry, but it is. Like doing the model walk when you waddle is comedy. And Kiana, like, and this is not meant to, like, I'm just making it so you understand, like, and I know you're from a different generation than me, but that is comedy. It is. Comedy is almost always at the expense of somebody. And all fat jokes are true just about. So
the most savage features of the filter is that if you are overweight, it doesn't change your image at all. And
which is fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. So if you're already overweight, it doesn't change your fucking it doesn't change you. I'm sorry, but that is fucking hilarious. That is so funny. I love it.
In some cases, it added little chubby features. In this case, it actually turned this girl's wine glass into an ice cream cup, which, I mean, it's funny, right? I laughed at the ice cream thing, but it's also not very nice. And this
Who fucking cares if it's nice? That is fucking savagely funny. Who fucking cares if it's nice? Like, there's, like, nobody is owed nicety. Nobody is owed nicety. None. Thanks for supporting what? And us Jews? If that's a if I can't, because I can't see it, but if you're asking for if that's an Israel flag, I don't support Israel. I don't give a fuck about Israel. I'm not like Mark's I'm on a podcast called Jewcast. I have nothing against Jewish people, but I am not a stand for Israel. I couldn't fucking give a fuck less. We shouldn't give them any money at all. They're their own country. They should take care of their own shit. I wish them all the best. I don't support Israel. I'm not negative against them, but I don't support them. They're not America. I am an America only person. I'm not America first. I'm America only. Everybody else shouldn't get $1 from us. We should tariff the fuck out of everybody. We're the largest economy in the world. They'll come kissing our fucking ass, as they have already fucking started to do so. I do not support Israel. We don't have allies. We have dependents. We don't, and not only do we not have allies, we don't fucking need them. We're America. If they're our ally, they shouldn't receive any money from us. If they're our ally, that means they're our peer. If they're our peer, that means they can take care of themselves. That's how I view it. I have nothing against Israel. I wish them all the best luck, but I'm not a supporter of it. That's what you sound like. Bye. I talk about Israel once a week. I'm on a fucking podcast called Jewcast. Like, if you want to talk then, talk then. Anyway, let's get back to this. That's like how people used to be like, thank you for supporting BLM. Like, I didn't fucking support BLM either. Why would I like black people, but I don't like, I judge people by how they are, not their skin color. Do you support, I remember that, do you support Black Lives Matter? Like, well, it depends on the black person. Very fucking frankly. And people didn't like it. So, oh, hell yeah. Got my book yesterday. Can't wait to read it. Yes, thank you. By the way, if you want a copy of my book, you can get it right here. It was never about your health, the COVID pandemic. Please pick one up right now. It'll piss off a lot of people if you read it.
And this isn't a comedian making a one-off fat joke. It's a filter made by a huge corporation that's used by over 1 billion people every single day.
And they have every option not to use it if they don't like it.
Level, it becomes cultural commentary, okay? That's essentially encouraging people to turn overweight people into the butt of the joke. Like, I know these captions are...
Overweight people are the butt of the joke of life already. I mean, I know that they're a joke already. Like, they've gluttoned themselves to the point where they waddle. They're a joke. They've chosen to be the butt of the joke. This would all be, if they were making fun of people for their skin color, I would not be, fuck this shit. If they were making fun of people for having scars or having birth defects or something like that, fuck that. I would not support that at all. They are making jokes about people who chose to be in the state that they're at over a long period of time through daily systemic actions, multiple actions every single day for many, many days, over many, many months, over many, many, many years. Every single time they overeat, they co-sign that I understand I am eating myself into being the butt of the joke of life. That's just how I see it.
Captions are AI generated, but look at this one. Discover hilarious face filter effects that will keep you entertained at the gym. Laugh while staying motivated to reach your fitness goals. This information,
I think that's very smart marketing on their part.
Is AI generated and may return results that are not relevant. It does not represent TikTok's views or advice. If you have concerns, please report at feedback and help. TikTok. I do have concerns because that ain't right. Like, what do you mean laugh while staying motivated to reach your fitness goals?
Yeah, you laugh at them. You laugh at them because it's a joke. And trust me on this, I look at the old fat pictures of myself to stay motivated, to stay in shape. So just for reference, if I use that fat filter, it would help me the fuck out. Just being real, you know?
Fitness goals. Call me soft, but I just don't feel like anyone deserves to feel like the butt of the joke at a societal level.
I will then, and I mean this in as most complimentary way as possible, because I really do like Kiana. You're very soft when it comes to this. Like, not you're upset that people are having jokes told about them when they are in fact volunteering to like literally do this to themselves that then negatively affects all of society, and we shouldn't tell a joke about it. Like, people, it's a choice. It is a choice. You're not in the best shape either. Oh, absolutely. I'm in horrible, horrible, horrible shape. Would you, Pussyville, would you like to join me live as long as you make sure to use your actual video, like your actual face, you know? Would you like to join me live? Let me know.
Level. And I feel enraged by the idea that a huge corporation like TikTok thought that was an okay joke to make. Like, you guys don't
all jokes are okay to make. Jokes are all okay to make. It's how you take them. They should every joke should be on the menu because free speech. Every single one.
HR at TikTok or CapCut. Imagine how uncomfortable it would be to draw a picture of yourself obese and then post it up at your workplace for everyone to see as quote unquote funny gym motivation. What is going to happen in that situation? You're going to HR. They're calling you in there immediately confused and disturbed by your decision to post it up at your.
So, Pussyville. Here's the link for you to join me. You have to have no disguise on, and you have to be using your actual face. See you in a minute.
It up at your workplace for everyone to see. So why did TikTok think chubby filter? Approved. This little alert icon here saying this doesn't represent TikTok's views or advice. That doesn't make it okay. You guys are still responsible for the filter. Just because you put that little
No. I mean, they're responsible for the filter, but it's just for fun use. Like, how are they responsible for people's feelings about true shit? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, how are they responsible for people's feelings about true shit? I don't get it.
That little icon on there doesn't mean it's like a get out of jail free card. Like I said, this chubby filter went on to become a full-on trend with thousands of people posting pictures of themselves overweight.
It's a fucking pretty impressive filter, to tell you the truth.
And laughing. Imagine that happened at your workplace, straight to HR. Imagine that happened at your school, principal's office. So why did TikTok think it was okay to do it on their platform?
Because school and work are not society, right? They have codes of conduct for behavior, right? Like, there's a big difference. Society, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, entities like that, they are the ad hoc town square. People should be allowed to say and represent themselves however they want. Like, very frankly, there shouldn't be any suppression of anything or any amplification of everything. We should just have everything be viewed as the same, and people choose what they want. Everybody gets that, right?
The captions on these images weren't all bad, but many of them were of people openly being mean or mocking this body type.
Okay, so
we were fatties. Seeing what I would look like chubby for motivation. Lean is law. Let's keep it that way.
Why are you making fun? Like, I get it why you're making fun of him, but I mean, you're making fun of him while he's making fun of other people. I don't see the difference much, you know?
Us after one sweet treat. Jumping on this chubby trend, I can't cope. What a unit. What my body dysmorphia sees every day.
So, by the way, what my body dysmorphia sees every day is actually the person talking about something that could be absolutely true. Oh, wait. Do we have Pussyville here? Oh, no, Spicoli, I'm not letting you on. Spicoli, no. Absolutely not. Nope. So everybody but Spicoli, join. Not everybody, but Pussyville. If I invite you to join and I share the link, and if I haven't invited you to join and you then use the link when I haven't just invited somebody specific, you're done. I don't get it. Spicoli. I don't understand why you're so animate about getting on my lives. It's never happening. Give it up. Thank you. So that was Spicoli. That wasn't Pussyville. So no, let Spicoli on. No, Pussyville, you got to come on. You come on. I've had him on before. You come on. You were invited. You come on, you pussy. So. Oh my God. Well, I believe that's probably Spicoli. So you're now banned. All right. Weird. People are weird. I invite you on. You don't come on. The fucking dude that wants to come on is a fucking loon bag. And you all the time demands to come on here. Fucking weird.
I am screaming, where did my neck go? Don't get how this is funny. Okay. Laugh emoji, dead emoji. This is how we'd look if we turned into fat fucks. Fatty, fatty, boom, boom, want another cream cake.
It's true. but it's true. Like, I don't even understand the issue here. It's true. It's true, though.
So as you can see, it's a filter that literally encourages people to be like, oh my fucking God, wouldn't it be fucking disgusting if I was fat? Thank God I'm not, right? Gross. And you're obviously allowed to feel.
Well, thank you. Seriously, it is gross. Like, this is where I don't get where you're coming from. Like, people are allowed to not want to look morbidly obese, and they can use a filter to see what they would look like as morbidly obese as reinforcement, and then be like, God damn, I'd never want to look like this. What is the problem with that? I don't even understand. Like, so these people aren't allowed to express themselves because they would never want to be fat. It's very strange. Like, it's very strange to me, you know?
To feel however you want about your own body. Duh. Reasonably, most people don't want to be overweight. That is very fair, beyond fair. But you're still kind of a dick if you say that out loud to the internet.
Oh no, you're a dick to the internet. Oh no, something that has literally completely no fucking like relevance in society, though. Like, see, I'd much rather be a dick and tell people the truth and make fun of people being fat, so they realize that it is something that should be made fun of and not a positive thing. Because that's the problem. When we shield people from negative social interaction based off of their own actions, being fat is about gluttoning yourself, overconsumption, daily for many years. When we shield them from the social ramifications of that shit, it makes it seem like there's not a problem with it. And if we see that there's not a problem with being fat, people will remain fat and get fatter, and more people will get fat, and it's bad for all of us. So we should consider it our fucking duty to make fat jokes every goddamn day at every possible opportunity, because it's better for society. And I'm not just, again, I respect Kiana greatly, but I just think you have a blinder on in this spot. It is, you are placing people's feelings over their health, well-being, and that of the country and our species. Fuck their feelings. They should, if they don't want to be made fun of for being fat, they should get the fuck in shape. I mean, to me, so fucking crazy. So fucking wild.
Particularly with a caption that looks like puke, 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 skull, 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 rolling, laughing, crying. So yeah,
So what's the problem with that? Like, she doesn't like how that looks. If another girl had this woman's exact build and likes it, she should be like, what the fuck's that girl talking about? Like, I personally like how I look. If somebody makes fun of it, I'm like, okay, I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. I like my shoulders being big. I love my fucking tattoos. I like having, decent sized arms and shit like that. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get like if somebody said like, oh, I would never want to look like you. Like, well, first of all, you probably fucking couldn't, bitch, because I put in a lot of hard goddamn work for fucking 40 years. But secondly, I don't care. Like, you don't need, I mean, I'm confident in how I am. So therefore I don't need reinforcement. But if anybody can be like, oh my God, somebody made a filter and it made the person look fat and I'm fat, so it is a crime against humanity, that's fucking weakness. And it shows that they know there's something wrong with being fat. They know there's something, Kiana, you clearly know there's something wrong with being fat. Otherwise, you would not automatically be jumping to the case like, well, that's just cruel. Why is it cruel? Because there's something wrong with being fat, and we're making fat people feel bad about their own fucking actions. Okay, like that's where I'm viewing it, you know?
Yeah, the HR nightmare that is this filter made some people upset, which led to a sudden.
There's no HR in the public square. There's no human resources in the public square. Like, there's none.
Eruption of drama. It was fighting between two different sides who didn't see eye to eye. Mean girl type trend. It's 2025 and we're still laughing at people for their body type. What?
Yes, because it's laughable. Yes, absolutely. We're still laughing at people from said by a fat woman. I guarantee it.
Odd trend to take part in. This trend is basically mean girls outing themselves. Yeah, this trend just isn't okay. This isn't it. This filter is mean and so hateful towards people with bigger bodies.
I could never imagine.
People don't have bigger bodies. People just fat as fuck. They don't have bigger bodies. They've fattened themselves up. They don't have bigger bodies. Don't.
And making this video and pressing post. That's a really good idea. Like, just use your actual brain.
She says while having neuroinflammation from being fat as fuck.
Time I looked, it had over 217,000 users. I'm not really understanding why this is a trend that people want to participate in. Some trend that, quite frankly, I don't think needs to be a trend.
It's just
What? But the thing is, you don't think it needs to be a trend. As a newsflash to Kiana and all the people she's shown right now, TikTok didn't make it trend. People did. People made it trend because that's how people think. I thought we learned our lesson. Like when you try to tell people, no, you can't think that. That's wrong think. That does not actually help, right? Like it's very strange to me. Like, you know, these people think this way. They just you want to make sure because it might hurt somebody's feelings that they don't have the freedom to express themselves. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like somehow somebody else's feelings that literally have, you know, by their own choices, put themselves to the point where they're fat and they don't like being made fun of because they're fat, even though they chose to be fat and choose to be fat every single fucking day. They should understand that that's going to come with a certain amount of, you know, being made fun of, because being fat is, again, bad for you, lowers your mobility, makes you waddle. Like, it's comedy. I'm sorry, but it's fucking comedy. You've eaten yourself to deformity. That's comedy, right? And people are allowed to express themselves. When you're trying to say people shouldn't be allowed to do this, people shouldn't be allowed to say this, it's like you're telling people that their thought is wrong. Like they're thinking like, oh, let's make this trend because I think this is funny and they're making funny jokes about it. You're telling people that the thought is wrong. You're basically trying to virtue signal. And I'm kind of disappointed in Kiana for doing this, by the way, because I mean, you're a very normally logical person, but this is a lot of virtue signaling, like a lot of it.
It's just pretty obvious that this is a trend that would hurt people's feelings.
It's any trend can hurt anybody's fucking feelings, Kiana. Any trend.
Tasteless. It feels
But these are your opinions on it. It's funny. It's funny. And I know you're a nicer person than me, but it's funny.
mean-spirited. And even if that's not the intention of the poster, that is the effect.
No,
Everyone knows.
You're saying that the effect is mean-spirited, whether it's the intention or not. That's not true. No, that's not true. Like, I mean, this woman looks like she's doing it for filter, but you're assuming how other people think, or you're assuming the outcome based on how it makes you feel. Again, like, that's just a statement based off of your feelings, nothing else, you know? And I get that. And I'm just making statements based off my feelings that I don't think there's anything fucking wrong with this filter. Frankly, we should use this filter a fuck ton more often. And I will say this, if there's a problem with this filter, erase all the fucking beauty filters, all the thinning fucking filters off the fucking app too. Erase it all.
This body type, these people don't deserve to be belittled at a societal level. That's insane.
Why not though? I'm sorry, like why not? They don't deserve it. What makes them not deserve it? Was it that they put a lot of hard work into not being fat? Oh, no, that's not it. Was it that they have done the work to accept that they did this themselves? Apparently not it. Is it that, like, you know, it might make them feel bad because they know it's true? That's it. That's why. You know that they know it's true. You know that that the joke that is being told at their expense is true, and they know it's true, and therefore it shouldn't be. If somebody made a joke, again, about something that didn't matter to a person, like, they wouldn't give a fuck. but you know they all give a fuck because you know that everything that everybody's saying about it is true. That's virtue signaling. You're trying to pretend that just because it's true and mean doesn't mean it should be said. It means it shouldn't be said. Everything should be said.
Insane. So of the people who posted their chubby filter transformations, this girl's account and image was posted up on almost every single news site. And almost none of them hit her handle for some reason. So she got a ton of the controversy on her post in particular. Also probably because she captioned it, "The way I burst out laughing. If this doesn't scare me into sticking to the gym, I don't know what will." Yeah, people didn't.
So, but that's her feelings on it and how it motivated her it motivated her to do healthy actions. You get that? Like, it motivated her to stay diligent about being healthy. This is unbelievable. Dude, no. Unreal. Spicoli's a fucking weird motherfucker. That ain't happening, dude. Just get all your accounts out of the way because that ain't happening. I don't owe you a slot.
You're
on
a
my
horrible
fucking,
person, dog.
on my
This trend is
channel.
actually not okay and burst out laughing. Wow.
Trend's perfectly okay and hilarious.
You burst out laughing at what? A normal body that lots of women have? This
That's
trend
not a normal body. That's a very, very sickly body. That's a morbidly obese body, viscerally obese. It's not a normal body. Anyway. All right, folks. We can go on and on and on. Kiana, if you watch this, please understand, I respect the fuck out of you. I really do. I just think that you are seeing this from a different angle than what is actual reality. So I watched this earlier. First video I disagreed on with her in a while. If the joke bothers you, do something. Exactly. Let's see. I definitely use these using morbidly obese people as motivation in the gym. No shit. Yeah, average. This is so true. Average does not mean normal. And by the way, folks, since I got you all here, here's where you can join our coaching. No, that's just how you can join. I'm not letting anybody else join here today because the only one to try it was Spicoli. And honestly, I think Spicoli was Pussyville. So he's just trying to get on. It's not happening. Ever. Okay, so here is where you can buy my book. It was never about your health, the COVID pandemic. Please do. If you've never purchased anything from me, purchase this. Support a motherfucker. Would you? Like, support a motherfucker. Like, show some fucking support. Anyway, please do if you can. But it's never about your health. Sold on ebook, sold on paperback and hardcover at Amazon.com. $79.99, or excuse me, $69.99 monthly for coaching. $199.99 for 3 months and $299 for 6 months. Make America Healthy Again sales. Get at them. And Lauren, I like Kiana half the time. I like her videos, but then she'll have a random wild take on stuff that contradicts things she said. Yeah, this is very contradictory, if you ask me a little bit. But again, big fan of Kiana. I got to go. I got a video coming up here in just a couple minutes. I'll be back in just a few. God damn.
The Holy Trinity Bundle isn't just about weight loss, it's about empowering you to find your healthiest, happiest self. Let's talk about what's in the bundle and how it caters specifically to our needs. First, we got Ember, which is not just any fat burner. It's also going to boost your mood, your energy levels, while also suppressing your appetite. And if you're worried about it being too strong, you can split the tablet in half to tailor its impact. Next, we have Alchemy NCT, which turns the carbs that you eat into energy and not fat. Yes, energy, not fat. This is our way of making sure that the meals that you eat contribute positively to your weight loss journey. And girls, we all know that we want that. And finally, no morbidity. This one's my favorite because it works while you sleep. It burns fat and controls those nighttime cravings without any stimulants, so you wake up feeling refreshed. Try it out and feel the genuine difference. Here's to new beginnings and real results.